December 11th, which doesn't matter because you'll be listening to this on a different day. Episode 4 of the reboot Leggers.
Loggers? We could reboot beers.
We're joined by my rebooting co-host, special guest, Frank.
I am Frank.
I was going to draw it out longer, but I didn't. So then it felt weird.
And this is Scott. Did you say who you were? This is Scott, everybody.
Oh, I'm Scott. I appreciate you doing that because I'm real bad at introducing myself. Frank. But just to be clear, I'm Scott and that is Frank. We introduced each other this time.
Yes, we are Scott and Frank in the opposite order.
That's correct. Or we could be Frank and Scott, but then we sound like a stupid Frankenstein pun.
Yeah, I wanted to avoid that.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing you've had to deal with your entire life? If you're listed
Pretty
before
much.
another person, it sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Everyone thought your brother was a weird Frankenstein monster, and they didn't even know you existed.
No, they didn't.
This is like a Turk and JD situation.
Cause a lot of problems. Lasting psychological damage.
To this day, you can't even look at a Mary Shelley book without losing your...
That's true, but for different reasons.
Should we get into that? What's wrong with Mary
I
Shelley?
think we'll take that to our other podcast, Helping Me
Helping...
podcast.
It's just called Helping Me.
Yeah. Our psychology podcast.
Armchair.
Exclusively on SoundCloud Pro, so if you're not a subscriber, sorry.
I don't think you have to subscribe to SoundCloud Pro to hear SoundCloud Pro.
I'd rather not discuss our contract.
Oh, okay. With SoundCloud Pro. I didn't know we had one.
Well, you did.
Oh, dip.
Yeah, this is
so
happening live.
For this episode, there's a lot of babies happening right now, Frank. Babies are hot in Hollywood.
So many babies. Baby Geniuses 2.
And yeah, Baby Geniuses 2. Look Who's Talking again.
Honey, I Shrunkered the Kids, the remake.
And also the already announced sequel to that remake, Honey, I Shrunkest the Kids.
Yep, the superlative.
Mm-hmm. So, let's jump in on that. I nominate Rugrats as our reboot this week.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to go with that. Baby Geniuses has a lot of potential, to be honest. But you know what? I picked last week, so it's your turn.
Well, here's the other thing. So I'm gonna get the obvious one out and shot down immediately. We are not allowed to make the Rugrats old because we've already done that, and also Rugrats already did that with
All Grown Up,
which
grammatically incorrect, wildly popular.
Was it wildly popular? I thought it did not do well.
I mean, I enjoyed it when I was
okay.
Boy, how old was I? What was I, like 11?
I don't know. So here's the thing, Frank. As you may or may not know, I am not a 90s Nick kid. And so...
You are not a Nickelodeon child.
Rugrats is not my... my forte, my jaunt, my... whatever you may say. So, how are you very familiar with this Rugrats?
I have Rugratted in the past.
Rugwrote?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Okay. So, I'm getting from Wikipedia, it's about toddlers.
Now wait, do you just mean you've never personally seen much of the show, or you've literally never seen the show?
I'm not sure the best way to phrase this. Frank, I had never even heard of the show until yesterday.
This is gonna be interesting.
Now, I'm sorry, that was a lie. We've talked about Rugrats before. I'm pretty sure everyone knows Rugrats. But
I was gonna say,
I've seen like 2 episodes, maybe 4.
You probably got the gist of it then.
Yeah. I know we've got the bald one, who does not wear pants and always
Trembly.
made me. I'm sorry. Trembly?
Yep.
He trembles?
Yeah. It's
This can't
it's
be.
like a genetic thing.
This can't be the original show.
It's a
Are we
plot
already
point.
rebooting?
Oh, wait. Do you want to know the original show?
Yeah, I'm going off.
Oh,
I'm listing the
that's
original.
Tommy. That's Tommy. That's Tommy.
All right, well, Tommy is absolutely trembly now.
Like he like has some like degenerative disease, but like
Oh my-
nobody's nice. Nobody's nice about it.
God, this is gonna. So this is an Adult Swim show.
Oh yeah, or
Already.
like a real life investigation.
This is irreverent. All right. So there's the bald one, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there being a real bitch of an older toddler.
Well, in so much as a toddler can be a bitch.
Frank, how many toddlers have you known? Because they can really get there up on the scale.
Mm-hmm. I believe you're referring to Angelica,
I think
Tommy's
that's
cousin.
Oh, they're cousins.
They're cousins. Everything. This is all a wicked web.
So what are the other kids? I know there's a set
Oh,
of
actually,
twins.
that's the only ones that are. Yeah, Phil and Lil, they're the twins.
Phil and Lil. And
They,
are they related?
To each other, yes, they're twins.
All right. So the kids are all neighbors.
Yeah, the kids are all neighbors.
And then
More or less.
there's the scared boy.
Mm-hmm. Chucky
Now
Finster.
Finster.
Mm-hmm. And all grown up, they call him Chaz because he tries to be cool. But
Oh,
it's Chaz's dad. His dad is also Charles.
Chaz is not a cool kid's name.
Mm.
Finster sounds like the name of a bully.
That's why it's his last name, not his first name. I guess I don't know.
I know, but so like I feel like Finster would be like it'd be in some cartoon or something, and that would be the bully's last name, but he would only go by Finster. That sounds like some like Saved by the Bell shit.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know what happened to the intervening years between
Maybe Chucky
baby
grows
and,
up to
and,
be a
and
real
all, and
asshole.
all grown up. Yeah, and then actual adulthood. I don't know. I don't know what the gap is.
Now I have a suggestion from a listener, big fan, and the suggestion for Rugrats was adults that look like babies.
Okay.
And then what was clarified was that it should actually. So I mean, I kind of want to go with that, but then we got a clarification. It's actually babies. They're actually babies who act like adults, actually doing adult things. So babies that like wear suits and go to work and have jobs, but they're baby.
Do they? Is everyone else babies too?
I think they are still adults as well. We're not doing the opposite of last week, and now everything is babies.
Okay, so you cut that one off. That was my entire.
Yeah, I know your mind.
Uh,
I know your mind.
well,
So,
so it's they grow up, but they have that Webster thing, like, and only their minds become adults.
if we're going with adults that look like babies, yes. I kind of like the idea of they're just babies that everyone acknowledges. It's kind of like in Family Guy how nobody cares that Brian is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
We have Rugrats where just nobody cares that these are babies.
Just all these babies like are somehow driving cars.
Yeah.
Eating solid food.
Mm-hmm. The other option I thought of was what if they're actual rats who live in a big rug?
Oh, we you know what? That's a good point to bring up, is that so far our reboots have been pretty faithful to the source material.
Mm-hmm.
When in Hollywood these days, the only thing that stays is the name.
Right?
That Mummy reboot, all they're keeping is the name. Everything else is out the window.
Well, there's also a mummy in it.
There's a mummy in it, Scott. I mean,
And I mean I think some of the characters have the same name. But the mummy's a sexy lady now instead of an old man.
kind of undercutting me in front of the audience.
You're making a real fool out of you in front of your friends. I'm sorry.
All right, let's just move past it.
So, rats? How do we feel about rats?
Mm-hmm.
Can they all
Yeah,
have like
so
New York accents?
I don't see why not. You
'Cause
get
it's-
you want to give me a quick sample of what
like-
Tommy the Rat Pickles is gonna want to do this day?
First of all, his name is Trembly.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Trembly here.
He's trembling over here.
I'm trembling over here. Hey,
So is everyone else in the world a rat, or are these
hey
just rats?
Finster. No, just these rats.
And everyone else is a person.
Yeah, there are people in the world. Yeah, it's not a rat world.
And so the rats are doing adult things, and no one cares that they're rats?
Oh, we're combining our ideas. I was imagining a completely different show, but I kind of like that better. The Rugrats. Yeah. So they're the only anthropomorphic animals in the world.
Okay, so like an opposite BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So we've got like all humans, but then like this one group of rats, and they live in a rug. Maybe they
feel
maybe
like
they
it's gotta be a
own
rug.
maybe they own a carpet factory
Well,
that they live above.
if they don't go to an office job, then how do they interact with other human beings?
Well, the carpet factory, they gotta have employees.
Yeah, then you get into power dynamics. They technically can fire everyone.
That's true. Maybe they just work at a carpet factory. They don't own it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're
There's an easy fix.
their tiny nimble hands can weave designs very well.
Well, so then here's the other question: are they regular? They're regular rat sized.
Yeah. So they get that real fine detail.
Okay, let's explore this for a little bit. But I am interested in also. I mean, it's basically. I am interested in exploring adults who look like babies.
Okay.
But let's run with the rats for a little bit. See what we got. Run with the rats also is my new catchphrase.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any go juice to this plan.
Yeah, goji berries.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
So what
we're looking at like a workplace comedy. I'm feeling.
Yeah, I guess the question is, what kind of hijinks can rat-sized rats get into that humans would also be able to comment on?
It could be like, you could have, a human complaining about, you've got, the guy who brings in the weird smelling food and stinks up the break room when he microwaves it, only now it's rats, they bring in their garbage and they microwave it.
Yeah. Trembly needs his 3 a day, like rotting, like tuna sandwich.
Trembly's got the shakes.
He's got the shakes for tuna.
Got the shakes for tuna.
Like a cat, and people joke about that. Like, you eat food like a cat eats food.
You do
Pal.
eat food like a cat eats food.
So then, his best friend Chucky is also a rat, as we've covered.
Is it Chuck E. Cheese?
Do you think we can get that?
Seems like a pretty obvious cross-promotional branding thing.
So his best friend Chucky is an extremely large mouse in a t-shirt.
He's well, have you not seen new commercials? Chucky's small again. Sorry,
Chucky's
Chuck.
small.
Chuck E. Cheese is regular sized mouse now in all the
Chuck
commercials.
is a regular sized mouse, huh? Okay, so they're all naked, but Chucky has the Chuck E. Cheese t-shirt
I'm saying
on.
he could be big if we want him to, but here's the other thing. Chuck E. has been he has fallen from glory. Like
Now Chucky in the show or Chuck E. as in cheese?
they're the same character.
Okay.
In this show, Chuck E. Cheese has his franchise establishments have all like it is collapsed.
Oh, I understand
He is now forced to work in a carpet store.
And he has to rely on the generosity of his friend Trembly.
Yes.
That's kind of their exchange.
Yes. Or maybe he's just his independently wealthy friend. You know how sitcoms you've always got that super rich friend who you never know why he's super rich?
Yeah, it's not Trembly, it's Chucky.
Right, Chucky is that.
Chucky's got all that cheese money.
Right, we could just hint that he's the same Chucky.
Yeah, if we confirm it, it gets boring, but if we just string it along.
And then here's what I'm thinking. This opens up some great celebrity voice acting opportunities. Here's the top 3 I'm thinking. I'm thinking we got Steve Buscemi, we got Joe Pesci, and Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think guys who could voice rats, and those are the top 3.
No arguments.
Okay, great.
That's working. I mean, we could even just get Steve Buscemi's face on a rat.
Oh.
Just get him mocapped.
Are we doing CG? I was thinking, oh boy. Are we doing mixed CG live action?
Are we doing peanut butter in the mouth talking like Mr. Ed?
Ooh.
Is that what you're thinking?
I was thinking the whole thing was cartoon. But you're thinking live action people with CG rats?
Yeah, or real rats if we can get them to move their mouths.
If we could put peanut butter in their mouths.
So now here's the thing. So there's the rats as they're called, as true fans call them.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Angelica, the prime antagonist. So in the original that we're adapting, all the babies speak baby talk, right?
They do?
And all the adults, yeah, they all speak baby talk. They can understand each other.
Okay.
And they can understand the adults like most of the time, but the adults can't understand them. It's just like googa booga. It's just babies.
But we the viewers can understand the babies?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. So the babies can understand each other.
Got it.
Have you ever seen Baby Geniuses?
Of course I've seen Baby Geniuses. Come on.
Okay, it's actually very well explained in Baby Geniuses, the whole baby
It's a hallmark of our time.
So when you cross over, you remember crossing over?
That's right. When you become old enough, you forget all the secrets of the universe as well as baby talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Angelica's a toddler. She's not a baby, and she's
half and half.
She's half crossed over. She can understand adults and understand babies.
So I think I know where you're going with this, Frank. You're thinking Angelica in the show is a rat-human hybrid.
Grotesque. It's got to be realistic. Now, the rats all speak rat talk, right?
Oh.
They're very good at their jobs, but they need someone who can understand them.
Man, I don't know.
That's their supervisor, Angelica.
See, I was also thinking Supervisor Angelica. I don't know that we need to keep the nobody can understand the rats but Angelica angle, because then, rats don't get much interaction with the people.
Well, the babies didn't get much interaction with the people.
That's fair, but, maybe we needed more of those parents. What were the parents like in that show?
I don't know. As far as I could tell, they pretty much just abandoned their kids every day.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, also, I remember, how come that one bald boy's always taking things out of his diaper?
That would be Tommy.
Yeah, the Tommy, he keeps...
So, let's keep that angle, I guess. Trembly the rat's gotta wear a diaper.
Or he's got like a backpack of tools. He's got a diaper full of where he keeps his screwdrivers.
Oh, he has a backpack fashioned out of a full-size human diaper?
Oh my god.
That is amazing. It's
an
homage, and it's practical.
Okay. It's a what?
It's an homage.
A homage. Okay. And it's practical.
So, are we liking the rats? Do we want to go back to people?
I mean,
we've never been this split.
we could option both shows. We present both to the network execs.
Okay. A little insurance.
How trembly is Trembly?
He's got to be able to wear a backpack, right?
I was thinking maybe he chewed a power line or something.
Oh, that's good. A little background.
That's why they call him Trembly.
Okay, so Trembly one time chewed a power line, and now there's just constantly muscle spasms racking his body. The other rats need to cover for him at work because he really can't accomplish all the same things as the other rats.
We've talked about. I almost said called him Fleshy, but it's Trembly. Fleshy. Because I meant to say let's flesh out the other characters. But I had that sentence combined with we've already talked about Trembly. And
I think that Trembly's brother has gotta be Fleshy.
We introduce a new character called Fleshy.
Fleshy!
Oh.
And he's the one that likes human meat.
Oh, gross.
It is gross.
But
it's like Alf and Cats, where he never gets it on screen.
Okay. He's the Dwight of this show.
Yeah, yeah. Dwight from what?
The Office.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we're going for workplace comedy here.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty good template.
So
Tommy Tremblay is our Jim then.
Okay, and so then we got we got the twins.
Mm-hmm.
What's their deal?
They're always together.
I remember
and they finish each other's sentences.
Sandwiches. I remember seeing.
No, this isn't a Disney movie.
I remember seeing an episode where they would one of them wears a bow. One's a boy, one's a girl, and they'd switch the bow just to mess with their parents.
Yeah, which apparently worked despite the clothes.
They wear identical clothes, if I recall. They both wear dresses.
I don't know about that.
I mean, we can't look it up, so it's just your word against mine. I do remember their mom looked butch.
I guess, yeah.
And also, so Phil and Lil, the twins, had a single mom, right?
Yes.
Chucky had a single dad. What happened to their respective missing parents?
Unexplained, but definitely dead.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there's a part of All Growed Up, I think, where they, like, talk about the mom dying. I forget.
They really grew up fast, huh?
They grew up so... Yeah, well, they jumped in a closet and made a wish, and then when they left the closet, they were all preteens.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No.
They literally grew up, like, that fast.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. That's how the special started.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah, they all fell out of the closet as preteens.
Okay, Tweens. Then. I honestly cannot tell if you're for real or not, but I'm going to trust you on this. I'm
dead serious. This is how the special began.
That is stupid.
We'll look it up afterwards.
I shall. Alright, so what are the twins' names? We need rat names for those twins.
So the source is Phil and Lil, so I think they got a rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
How about Gumbo and Crumbo?
Which one's the girl?
Nah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Why are they called that?
They one of them likes gumbo and one of them likes
Crumbo?
Crumbs.
The hell's Crumbo?
That's not really my job, is it?
Is gumbo like Cajun?
Yeah, it's like a seafood stew.
No, I know what the food is. I'm asking about the rat.
Oh, I mean that's kind of racist. I don't think so. I don't think it needs to be.
I think it's pretty well known that only people from like southern Louisiana like gumbo.
Have you had gumbo, Scott?
No, I'm not Cajun.
That's very good.
I have had gumbo. I liked it, but I'm pretty sure that I'm like 1/16th Louisianan.
I don't think Louisianan is a race.
I didn't say it was a race. German's not a race either, but people claim to be 1/4 German.
That's fair.
So, get off my back.
So, Gumbo, the rat, is 1/4 Louisianan.
Okay,
and he never shuts up about it. He never shuts up about it, and they all hate it.
Perfect.
Crumbo, I guess, has to be too, because they're twins.
Crumbo.
But Crumbo doesn't walk around yelling about it.
Crumbo, so Crumbo, Crumbo moved away from home to the big city.
Went to college.
Yeah, and his brother Gumbo came to live with him.
Yeah, so one of them has to be a girl.
Okay, so Crumbo will obviously be the girl because
obviously
we will catch a lot of flack otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've got two pairs of siblings with a regular guy and a weird guy. Because we got Tremblay and his brother Fleshy.
Yep.
And then Gumbo and Crumbo.
Gumbo and Crumbo, yeah. Now, We
And then
need
Chucky.
we need a Chucky. We need an Angelica.
We got those. Chucky is unconfirmed.
Oh, Chuck E. the cheese.
Yeah.
I recall.
He's very rich and lives with Trembly and apparently also fleshy. And then Angelica is their rat-human hybrid supervisor. What?
Now, I don't know how extended we want to get based on the original cast. There's Kimmy and Susie.
Who are they?
Susie Carmichael is another girl Angelica's age who, instead of being mean, is nice to the babies.
So you want to... We need like a... So this is going to be like, they all work in the same department, but they got to have a friend in another department who they hang out with sometimes.
That's exactly it. Susie was in maybe every 5th episode.
Well, there we go. So we got Susie.
Mm-hmm.
And Susie is...
Stinko?
I don't want to call her Stinko. I think Susie works in like sales, customer service.
Okay. Very polite.
So hang on, what department do these rats work in? Are they manufacturing? Are they on the floor?
Weaving.
Are they like cashiers?
Oh, maybe they're janitors and they eat the garbage they pick up.
Oh. But they work at the same time as everyone else?
Yeah, it's a 24-hour plant.
Oh.
That makes nice rugs.
So they work in the factory, not in the store.
Oh no. This is no one wants to see rats in the consumer side of the business.
Well, nobody in the real world, but in Rugrats 2017, you know.
Is that
I think we got to be realistic. I don't think we're going to get this show out this year.
Yeah, that's true.
It's already December. We got the holiday
yeah.
times coming. I mean, they're really upon us already.
They are nigh.
Okay. So Susie can work in I don't want them to be janitors. I want them to be directly involved in the rugs. The Rugrats.
So then they're in weaving.
Okay. They're factory workers. And let's say that this is a combined. So this is one of the. This is I'm sure this is a very common thing. Every carpet store, they make the carpet in the back.
Okay.
You know, like most stores, the back is where all the product actually gets made.
Yeah,
Walmart,
everything. They don't actually.
The back. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to sell you anything. They just want you to leave. So everything is in the back.
Well, they want to sell it to you. What I'm saying is Walmart. You know, they make all of those things on site in the store in the back.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know how else you would get it done.
Right. So the rats in the back make the carpets. They weave it. Fleshy doesn't do much. Despite, like, much to everyone else's chagrin, that boy does not do his job well. And then, so Susie, I'm thinking Susie's a human.
Okay, is she also a rat hybrid that can understand them? Are we doing that? Did we drop that?
I think rat hybrid's fine. I think everyone should be able to understand the rats.
They, like, learn to squeak in English?
Yeah, we'll just say the rats can speak English. And
you know what? It'll be cleaner. It'll be cleaner.
Yeah, and so Susie can work in the front. She's like she'll be Trembly's love interest I think that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they gonna make that work?
Fleshy's weird.
And Fleshy's weird. And then every once in a while the big boss from corporate can come down. You know,
and that's Reptar.
You're the Godzilla?
Yeah. You know about Reptar, right?
I do know about Reptar.
Yeah, he's the Godzilla.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Okay. I mean he's still a Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Like he's 2 stories tall.
Oh jeez. And he
has to
I'm going to shut down your branch if your numbers
They have to ride
improve.
like a little elevator to like get to his eye to talk to him at eye level.
Okay. Now he's only 2-story tall? Because that's pretty small for a Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Godzilla that's able to work in a corporate environment.
Okay, that's fair. All right, all right, all right. So, all right, let's put a pin in that. Let's explore our other option: adults who look like babies.
Adults who look like babies. So, I mean, the first thing I would go with it is just I can't get off the diapers thing. I want them to all be in diapers.
Naturally. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them still, so they wear like suits to work, but you can just tell they got diapers on under those suits.
Yeah, well, just the shirt part of the suit is just a diaper.
Oh, okay. You don't want them to wear suit pants as well. All right.
No, I mean, if you got a diaper, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Do
So
they
you got,
behave like babies?
Well, I mean, that's really a nature versus nurture thing, isn't it?
Because, I mean, so keep in mind, they are adults. These are not
Mm-hmm.
babies. These are adults who look like
But
babies.
their bodies are still baby bodies, right?
Are we going like E-Trade baby?
A little unsettling.
So no.
I don't want any of those E-Trade babies anywhere near me or anyone that I know, any place that I am.
Oh. You don't like...
They're wrong, Scott.
You don't like babies with the voice of Pete Holmes?
They fly in the face of everything that's morally correct.
Okay. You know that's Pete Holmes?
I don't know what or who that is.
It's Pete Holmes.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
All right. So I'm thinking if we go adults who look like babies, I want corporate office setting. Like downtown New York, Manhattan.
Fax machine.
Fax machine?
What else do people do?
Not
Memo.
fax machine.
Yeah, people have fax machines.
Still?
Mm-hmm. I was getting a phosphate down at the Rosido Diner, and someone sent a fax. And I got in my Model T and drove away.
Okay. You live in a very interesting cross-section of America. Because I don't think we got any of that out here in the rest of the world.
You guys still have electro tickers, you know?
I don't know.
Western Union sends the beeps and the boops for a hot penny award.
The beeps and the boops?
Yeah, you know.
Are you talking about text messaging?
I don't know what that is, but this is like an electronic letter.
Like a telegram?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's maybe what it's called.
You're like boop, 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 boop,
yeah, exactly, the beeps and boops, yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
But so the adults look like babies, they're gonna have to send those.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So, in your show, they exist in the past?
Oh, do they exist in the future for you?
No, they existed in the present time for me.
Oh, okay, so they're in, like an office.
Yep.
Okay, with, like, a computer? At a desk?
Uh-huh. Now you're getting it.
Okay. And, like, a phone?
Yep.
And a fax machine?
Nope. Again, you've gone to the past. I guess there must be I guess my doctor's office still has a fax machine. Ooh, maybe they work in a doctor's office, these baby Rugrats. Ooh, they could be doctors. We'll do a Scrubs type thing.
Wow, they're doctors.
One of them.
All of them has been through medical school, and no one has questioned that it's a baby.
They're not babies. They're adults who look like babies.
Yeah, they look like babies.
But they're not baby.
They know that, but no one else will.
Well, everyone else will when they can talk to them and like they wear suits and perform well on their MCATs.
So now we're doing group Doogie Howser.
Except they're not children. They just look like children.
But it's okay.
But
so
yes, sure.
Imagine that you go to a doctor's office for that thing on your neck.
Uh-huh.
You know, the thing that keeps getting bigger.
Yep.
And then the door opens, but no one comes in. and then
Frank-
you look down and you realize that what had crawled in was an infant child.
Yep. But except they could walk because some of them could walk. And here's the other thing, Frank. They only look like babies. They got adult problems. You're gonna have that baby with the high cholesterol. You're gonna have that baby with I don't know, what's another grown up frustrating problem? The bad knees.
Smoking.
Did you say smoking?
Yeah, well, they smoke.
Yeah, they probably smoke.
I guess not on screen.
No, not on screen. Never. Well, yeah. I mean, if they're cartoons, we can have them smoke on screen.
That's a good point.
Maybe we keep them as cartoons.
We might have to make them a cartoon just so we can have them puffing.
Yeah.
And they talk with that 3-pack a day. Oh, my lumbago. One of those.
We do need to come up with new names for the human baby versions of these.
The human babies.
Mm-hmm. The adults that look like babies.
I feel like we're just gonna keep Trembly.
Okay, yeah, we got to keep Trembly.
I don't see why Gumbo was bad.
Okay, Trembly, Chuck, and Gumbo can all stay. Angelica stays. Angelica's still their supervisor.
Yeah.
I think we got to switch out Crumbo and
Yeah,
Fleshy.
where did we land on Stinko?
Nope. I don't like Stinko, and we can't have Fleshy either.
You know what? I'm willing to concede some ground for you. I think Fleshy would be fantastic, but
For a baby, man?
we gotta market test this, I guess. We can make him Flesho.
Flesho. Fine, we'll keep Fleshy, but Crumbo's got to get a different name for a lady.
What about Crumbina?
It's got to rhyme with Gumbo, though, I thought.
It does. Gumbo and Rumbo. She's an alcoholic.
Rumbo, the alcoholic adult woman who looks like a baby. Okay.
Yeah. So, Fleshy's out, right? I feel like I can make an argument for Stinko.
I think we could keep Fleshy. We'll keep Fleshy. It's a cartoon.
So, you're trading me, Fleshy, in order to drop Stinky.
Yeah, I don't want Stinko. I don't want Stinko,
Okay.
which I feel like this is your plan all along. You pitch me something I'll hate worse than Fleshy, so that I'll keep Fleshy.
I won't say it didn't cross my mind.
Very good.
It's all about give and take in the creative process.
All right, so these are basically two semi-identical shows. Only in one show we got literal Rugrats. In the other show, adults who look like babies, but naturally all the people at the office call them the Rugrats.
Yeah, but when they're adult humans that look like babies in an office environment, what's the rug? Where's the rug? What's the rug coming from?
That's what you call babies because they crawl around on the rug.
But you said that none of them think they're babies.
No, but it's like they all look like babies. It's just like a derogatory.
So they don't have chairs. Their desks are just like on the floor, and they sit on the rug.
No, they have high chairs that they need to be strapped into.
Oh, I like it.
And
Because they are very small.
Yeah. Oh wait, are we still? I thought we were in a hospital setting now.
Yeah, were we not in a hospital anymore?
No, we're still in the hospital. All right.
So where's the rug? Hospitals have hardwood floors.
It's just an expression.
No, but when we did the actual Rats show, we had the rugs in it.
Yep, that's
that was
true.
the rug part.
Yes, we went with
Where's the rug in a hospital?
So with the Rats show, we went with a literal interpretation of that word. With this show, we're going back to the expression. That's just a thing people say about babies.
Is that they're on rugs?
Is that they call them Rugrats?
Oh, that's why the show. Okay, that's why the show is named. Okay, I thought. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, I'm glad we got there. So Trembly is what are we looking at? Are we going just straight Scrubs ripoff? Are we gonna have a surgeon, a doctor?
Well, so this raises some questions. Trembly might have to be like a long-term patient. I don't think that a doctor.
Oh, geez.
With the shakes.
A sitcom where a long-term patient is a character. That is dark and delicious.
Yeah, I feel like he's. So if a doctor was like, "Hey, we're gonna cut you open and do some stuff to your
Trembly parts.
to your parts," but his hands are just shaking like a leaf on a tree.
Well,
I mean,
Trembly,
that's not a good scene.
that's fair, but Trembly could also just be like a secretary, or like an administrative assistant.
You were gonna say secretary, but Tremblay can't write very well.
He could probably type okay.
That depends on how shaky we make Tremblay, doesn't it?
All right, fine. Trembly's a patient who lives at the hospital, and it is sad.
Mm-hmm. And they let him do stuff with his shaky hands. Like they give him like a rattle, and it like rattles really loud. Because he's a baby.
But he, again, is an adult who looks like a baby, and his Trembly condition has nothing to do with the fact that he's an adult who looks like a baby.
It's a very serious nervous degenerative disease.
Because there are other adults who look like babies.
He's in the hospital full time.
There are other adults who look like babies who just work at the hospital, and nobody cares, and nobody's like, hey, are we at all concerned that they are also going to end up like Trembly? Like, they are completely unrelated.
Oh, so you're thinking that nobody even like realizes they're babies?
No, everybody does. Well, first of all, again, they're not babies. They're adults who look like babies.
But they have the babies' bodies in the diapers.
Yes, but they are actual like 40, probably actually more like 27-year-old people.
I know that their brains are grown up. They have
their bodies are also aged. They just never progressed past baby age. Their bodies have existed for like 27 years.
So they have gray baby hair.
The oldest one of them, Angelica, will, yes.
And their tiny baby spine has lumbago problems.
You keep saying that word. Is that a real word?
It's a part of the lower back that often has problems.
You mean the lumbar?
When there's posture. No.
The lumbago.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor, Scott.
Okay, anyway.
I just play one on this podcast.
So I do think everyone is aware that they look like tiny baby people. But the fact that their baby condition has nothing to do with the Tremble's condition.
I feel like if I knew a baby man... No. Yeah, they're separate diseases. But I feel like if I knew a baby man, I wouldn't be able to not constantly point it out.
Yeah, everybody
like,
talks
wow,
about it. That's why they
you're
call
a
them Rugrats.
tiny baby.
That's why they call them Rugrats.
So they do know they're babies.
Yes.
You're getting very conflicting messages.
They're not babies, though. They're adults who look like babies. But everyone is aware of it.
Okay, so they're all grown up.
Yes.
So maybe we just call it that, all grown up.
Nope, we cannot. That's been done.
Oh, right. I guess that was the name of the.
And they're still babies looking like things. That's true.
So,
okay, but I
finished growing up the babies.
The rat version we're calling actual Rugrats. What's the human version called? Actually, I just realized it's not the rat version's not called Rugrats. It's called actual Rugrats.
Actual Rugrats.
Yeah.
And then parentheses for real.
Mm-hmm. Actual Rugrats for real. What's the human one called? Hospital rats.
Hospital babies?
Hospital babies.
Or,
Hospital babies isn't too bad. But give me your next thing.
Grown up.
Nope.
Babies. Oh. Infant medicine. That's just a rehash.
Pediatrics.
Weediatrics. No, that's for drugs.
Hospital babies is okay. What about pediatrics?
Ooh, okay. And we capitalize the D in pediatrics, and then before the word pediatrics is a capital M. And those two letters are capitalized.
So we're calling it M pediatrics.
Well, the M can be
pediatrics.
like a silent M, maybe, like in italics.
Pediatrics.
So that what I'm trying. So we can call the show whatever we want, but the title screen, it has to have the letters MD like in the word,
just so people know that it's a show about doctors.
Exactly, because otherwise they're not sure.
Now, Frank, I do want to just draw attention. you are aware that pediatrics is a department in a hospital.
Yes, but unless we have an MD, people won't know if they're the doctors or if they're the patients in the baby wing because they look like babies.
And they're both. Tremblay's a patient.
Whoa, people can't treat each other like that.
No, but Tremblay's a patient. I'm saying
Tremblay's a patient.
I'm saying our characters are both. Okay.
Yeah, Chucky, Stinko, Gumbo,
No. We got rid of Stinko. It's fleshy.
Damn it.
I will not allow Stinko in my show.
Oh, I almost got that one.
You did not, actually.
Okay. Susie.
It sounded like you just called me Susie.
Oh, no.
You're like, Susie. Hey. All right. So I think this is a solid episode despite the recording issues that our audience won't be able to hear because I'll spend an eternity fixing them. But, we got 2 solid ideas. I think between the 2 of these, one of these has got to get greenlit.
At least one of them.
At least one of them. Awesome. All right. Well, let's wrap this shit up.
So we brought you with actual rats. Actual Rugrats for real.
Actual Rugrats for real. And M Pediatrics.
Yep. With the M and the D highlighted.
Correct. I like it. I hope, we'll find out if the execs like it, but come on, how could they not? I'll be surprised if these both don't get the pass.
If simultaneous Rugrats reboots on 2 different channels.
Yes. Covering all the bases. Cool. All right, well,
we did it.
Everybody, thanks for listening. Please check us out. Subscribe on iTunes. Give us a rating. Tell your friends. Frank, what's
Tell your babies?
Tell your babies, even. Yeah, and so I'm Scott Owen.
And I'm Frank Sarah.
And Frank, what's our password this week?
Password this week is a hashtag. It is hashtag long live Stinko.
Oh, God. Well, great. That sounds wonderful. Glad we